All right, Paul, let me give you a real quick, just a real quick primer on code hacking. And you've seen all this before, so it's not a big deal. So this up here at the top, this is a slider up here at the top. Hang on a second, I gotta do something. So it's a slider, it's a marquee, it's a whatever you want to call it, a carousel even, because these are probably all separate bits in there, which I'm not going to look at right now. But then you can kind of start going through the page without even looking at code and just start seeing, okay, what's what? If I can go like that, that means it's text. So let's go here. Oops, that actually was a link to somewhere else. Is this like the live page? Or what is this here? So I'm not quite sure. Apparently this says awards, so apparently this thing won some awards or something. But let's go here again. That's an image. What is this here? Let's see here. I'm sorry, that's text. This is text here, not an image. And these are clickable links. That's a clickable link. Obviously, when you get the, as Madison calls it, the little Mickey Mouse hand, it's a clickable link. This here is going to be an image. And that's one thing you'll learn real quick here is if you can drag it across the screen like this, that's an image. Not all images are draggable quite like that, but most of them are. You got this here. Now, you come down here to this, down here, these are actually videos. So I guess the question is, so I guess this page is this page here. So the question is, were you looking at how do they do these animations here, or how were they doing this here? Because how they're doing this here, let me just show you that. This here is actually a video. So we got a video here, and what it is set to then is that as you hover over the video will actually play. So that's kind of a cool trick. I'd never seen that before, but again, there's something that, oh, okay, somebody else did it. Great, now we'll do it. That's the beauty of code hacking is anything anybody else does, we know that we can do as well. So this one here, okay, so there's moving there again. So yeah, so as we go over it, then it plays, and when we come back out, it stops playing. That's I can see building that. That'd be fun. Then this overlay down here. Again, this has something to do with their scoring or something down here. But otherwise, again, we got this is all text stuff. There's nothing exciting down here. Does this actually do something? What is going on here? So as I hover over at the one, so I hover over the blue, what happens if I hover over the red? Hover over the red, nothing happens. Hover over the blue, something happens. Okay. So again, you got two bits here, but you see here the one underneath moves to the left, and then these show up on top of that. So then something like this would be on hover. What we want to do is move the blue one to the left, move the red one to the right, and the blue one it may stay the same width the whole time. We'd have to check that on the code to see that. But then as it moves over, then after X amount of time, then these will show up here at the top because they're probably there the whole time. It's just that then they fade in once you get to this point right there. So again, that's fun. What does this dude is just going to take me somewhere? That of course is going to take me somewhere, so I shouldn't have clicked on it. Apparently this is a whole bunch of other stuff. So again, here's their score. So we got, you saw the sliders come across here, not slider, progress bars. So it's an animated progress bar. There, what you do is you start off, let's just say we start off over here at 10%, and then we say in over let's say a 2-second time period, we change this from 10% over to 80%, and then it just moves over. That would actually be a function of CSS right there. No JavaScript would be involved. Up here, a lot of this other stuff, like these videos and stuff up here, is actually probably take some HTML. In fact, over here, you can look at it here. They do have an HTML tag over there on the left. So that indicates to me that it is built with HTML, which again, that's one of the few cases where I actually would actually use HTML is doing custom video elements like that. So not seeing a lot of anything else here. That's too exciting. You can build that all day long in Clickfunnels, or you could just build this using a table, or you could build it using grid or even Flex if you wanted to. Okay, nothing special here. So again, here you hover over, as you hover over this element here fades in. So hover over element A, element B appears on the screen. Pretty common CSS kind of stuff. Now, how did they do this over here? Now, I have not looked at this at all before. I hadn't looked at the other one very much either. But so here we got some text scrolling up. Okay. Think of a typewriter text. Typewriter text goes sideways. This here, same thing. It's automated, slides up. I've done these before. It's a different form of a slider. So here you have down here again what I would refer to as a slider or a marquee. And again, it's just one element after another. You stitch them together, you put them side by each, and you just scroll them across the screen. This here is a slightly different kind of slider in that it will slide up like that. And I got a whole bunch of examples in the training that I'm putting together right now that slide up like that. Now down here we have flipping cards. In fact, let's just inspect this one here and let's just see what we got here. Yeah, front, back. Yeah, so same thing basically what I've done a bunch of times. Use this a lot inside of membership sites. So you go to like a home page or course home or something like that, and you have the different different sections in there that you want, and you put your mouse over it, and the card flips. And so that's essentially what we got here. And then at times it appears, so it flips over, stays there for like 2 seconds, image changes out again. It's all having to do with what they call keyframes. So you flip it over and you wait for 2 seconds, let's say, and then at that 2 second mark, you change out the background image or you change out the image itself inside the image wrapper, and you flip it over like that. But all this stuff can be built with native elements right inside of Clickfunnels. That's the cool thing about it, is all this would be here. So we take an image and we put it right here, because I mean think in this case here. Well, in fact, let's just see how they. Okay, get off of there and get my big old head out of the way. And let's move this down here. Can I grab this and move it? Yes. Okay. So what do we have here? So we have big hero section, top header, bottom header. And then we have our elements inside of that. So they're using flex here and all this. You can see all these little things where it says flex here. That's all flex. Could we do this a little simpler inside of ClickFunnels? Possibly. You could make like a 3-column row. Put an image in the left-hand column, put an image in the right-hand column, and then put some text or something in here, and then push it up. So if we wanted this image right here, we could even do a 4-column row, take this image and push it up, or we could take a 3-column row and push it up over a row where this image was hanging out on its own, or it could be hanging out here, and we have this moving text in it too. So there's so many different possibilities of how this could be built. So we can take clues from how they built it over here and then translate that into ClickFunnels. And wherever possible, use all the native elements inside of ClickFunnels itself. Because for me, that's really the most important part, is using the native elements inside of ClickFunnels. So is there anything exciting here? I'm not seeing anything happen as I hover. Okay, so that moved in from the left-hand side. That's a built-in function in ClickFunnels, so that's okay. This image down here, I don't know, was it playing the whole time or just on scroll? Can't really tell. All right, so that's fun. So they took the cursor, and you can do this. You could change out the cursor to be whatever. In this case here, they're actually using a GIF or something. Let me see. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it looks like it has the same animation. Well, who knows? Yeah, the animation appears to repeat, because now it's going to close down. Yeah. So they got the animation on a loop on there, and as you bring it down, then and if I was inspecting the code, I could see a lot better what it's doing. But so then as we come down, so it's slightly as we hover over each one of these. Think of these as a row. So as we hover over each one of these rows, then and think about it like this. So we got a big section here, and then we'll do a 2-column row, and we'll do then a section as an element. So we'll drop another section in over here on the left-hand side, give it this big background, give it this video that's playing in the middle here. Then over on the right-hand side, we're going to do a series of rows all on top of each other, these rows being 3 columns wide. We got text, we got pointer. We got stuff over here, over here on the right-hand side. You could, again, do another section as an element, or you could just dump these in here as flex. So in the right-hand column, you put in a flex box, then you put in 3 flex boxes inside of them. Inside of that, you put them side by each, and you're ready to go there. So so that's all cool. All right, again, the moving around aspect of this here, it's all built right into ClickFunnels now. So as we scroll down, it says, take this right-hand column here, let's say this is, or an image or a section or however you want to build it, and then just slide it in from the left on page load. That's what that's doing there. So that's doable right there. And then again, the same thing here, scroll down, slides up a little bit. It's all old animation type stuff that they took out of WordPress, basically. We've had this kind of stuff in WordPress for 20 years, honestly. And here, so I'm scrolling down on my mouse, and as I'm scrolling down on my mouse, again, we call these sliders if you wanted to, they're moving out of the way. So how you would build this is you would say, let's take a whole bunch of sections, essentially, and stack them all up on top of each other. Or that's probably rows. It'd probably work better here. So you do a bunch of rows. And again, if I'm really, really inspecting the code, I would be knowing this better. But I'd do a bunch of rows probably on top of each other. And then as I scroll down, there's a function in JavaScript that is known as scroll top. So it says, as you scroll down, let's say 1,000 pixels from the top, what I want to do. So we hit that point of 1,000 pixels, and then it says for every pixel beyond that, we want to take that first row and move it to the right, let's say 5 pixels. And so I scroll down a little bit further, moves it over 5, 10, 15, 20 pixels until it's all the way off the screen. And then we get to the next breakpoint. Let's say there's 1,200 pixels down. Well, 1,200 pixels down, we go to the next section because the one that was on top is off the screen now. Then we get to the next one and we say, okay, let's, every 1 pixel down goes 5 pixels to the left. And, very quickly that goes off the side of the screen. I think that's probably pretty much what they're doing here. But again, as we were to code hack a little bit more and inspect this a little bit better, we'd be able to see that. And so then eventually we're going to get rid of, we didn't lose the last one. I don't know. I might make the last one go away. Who knows? Give them like a special prize underneath here, special coupon or something. If they scroll all the way through and get past them all, and then they get the special bonus prize at the end. Again, another slider. Got plenty of training on those. FAQ just popped up. And so let's see how they're, so we're back to the eyeball guy again down here. He's just kind of hanging out. He keeps falling asleep on me. I don't know. So again, FAQ, built tons of these. Not one quite exactly like this, but that's why it's great to have clients and they show me stuff and they go, hey, build this. And I was like, okay, let's see it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on this page. There's a lot of moving parts on this page. It would take a week to build all the stuff on this page. And I'm relatively okay at doing this stuff. But yeah, so as we open it up, so then again, we click on the one element. And when you click on the one element, the JavaScript code says, okay, take the element that's hiding below it and reveal it by sliding it down is what it does. When we get to, and you got to look at the animation here. So when we click on it, click on this text right here, it immediately goes to bold. But when we click on it again, it doesn't go back to the regular until it's slid all the way up to the top. So you got to make sure in a situation like that, you have your timing right on when you're doing that. I don't think I would do it quite like that. In fact, I don't think I would change the font weight at all, just because, I don't know. It's not doing much for me. And it kind of makes the screen kind of jiggle a little bit, which I never like that. These two eyeballs over here, I'm not quite sure why they're here, except, I'd animate some sort of an icon or something on here to go along with these, to be honest with you. And then, did that do something as we came in? That's an image. Your creator store, that's text. Okay, so All right, so we got another, we got another slider here. So again, here, think in terms of this is a section or a row or something like that inside of ClickFunnels. We activate the slider code that we have for it, and we just have some arrows in here. Again, all we're doing differently than I would do on most of these is I'm showing the slides that are not active. I'm showing them transparently right here. So that would be interesting. So as it comes in, basically gets over to the middle and then blows up inside. This one, that will definitely be fun to put in part of the training right there. So I'm glad they dropped this, because this is actually some pretty good stuff here. That was it. Made with love in India. Okay, so that would explain all the Indian people in all the pictures. Okay, so that's cool. And okay, so let's see. Yeah, so as I come back up here, so now it's doing the reverse. Everything's sliding back in as I'm scrolling up, and there we go. So yeah, this is a fun site. Lots of things that you could definitely build in here.